Hey guys, it's your girl SeekretD, and this is going to be the video on my wisdom tooth journey. It's pretty long because I just connected all the videos because I didn't think it made sense to post them separately, being that I'm posting it so long after the fact. This video I made it because I really thought I was saying something, but it was immediately after I had it done, and literally you can't understand nothing that I'm saying. I kind of know what I'm saying because I knew what I was trying to say, and in my head I felt like I was talking and real words were coming out. But yeah, no. So these first couple of videos, you're gonna see me just opening my mouth randomly. I'm just getting up off of sedation, and this is literally right after the fact. Oh my god. Right here I'm basically still trying to talk. You really can't understand anything, but I'm basically saying that my mouth is swollen and my mouth is full. My parents went to get my meds. That's the gauze. I know, kind of yuck. I guess trigger warning. But that's basically it. So I'll stop recording and you guys can go ahead and listen to the rest of the video. And then also, you know, it basically goes through the day by day, and then kind of some things at the end, what I kind of learned in the process and what I should have looked out for, and what I feel like I could have done a little bit differently. All right, y'all, here we go. All right, y'all, so this is the nighttime. It is 10:05. And I'm feeling okay. I did take the Percocet with the ibuprofen, and I'm honestly not really feeling pain. It's a little bit discomfort, but I feel fine. So far so good. The paperwork said that maximum swelling is in about 48 hours, so that today is Wednesday, so I guess we're looking at Friday. So we'll see how it goes. I'll try to document this as best as I can. Not posting, but we'll see. I had a meal replacement shake today and some water. I guess water with my meds. I don't really have an appetite. Thankfully, God is merciful. Because I feel like usually when you tell me I can't eat, I'm like starving, but I really don't have an appetite. So right now I'm about to just have some electrolytes, and mixed in with some Crystal Light, which is what I drink because I can't really drink that much water. It's just disgusting. So I'm gonna knock that back and see how I feel. But I really have no urge to eat anything. They said, like, you know, only soft foods for the first couple of days, but I don't know if I'm gonna be eating anything. If I must eat, I'll probably have like some oatmeal or something. But luckily right now I don't have an like solid food appetite. Like I'm not craving anything. I'm not feeling like I need to eat anything. So that's good. Could be because I ate so damn much for 4th of July. I had like 3 hot dogs and a hamburger, 1.5 donuts, glazed donuts, because I was trying to be fat and eat too, but my body was like, nah, I don't want this, so I didn't force it. So that's that. My teeth feel weird. Like I feel like something's trying to come out. I know it's supposed to form a clot, so it makes me nervous. So I feel like the clot wants to come out. I'm fighting the urge to push my tongue back there because for the past 2 months I've been using my tongue and flicking the hole that was in my tooth. So I haven't done that. I know you guys probably can't see it. Oh, you see the gaping hole in the back. I mean, my cheek is in the way, but there's also like a little clot above. I'm thinking they had to cut there because a part of my gums was like over it, so it could be that they had to like cut it and stitch it there also. Obviously I can't see the top, but that's the update. It hasn't even been 12 hours yet. I probably won't update until tomorrow, and I'll let you guys know how I'm doing with pain and stuff like that. Again, I have a very high tolerance for pain, so that could also be why. But I do feel pain. Like if I stretch my mouth, I feel like some soreness. If I bite down, I feel a little bit of soreness, but nothing crazy, nothing worse than it was before I got them done. But again, I'm thinking it's the Percocet and the ibuprofen, which I have my clock scheduled to take it at the 6-hour and 8-hour mark. 6 hours for the Percocet and 8 hours for the ibuprofen. So I learned that when I had my C-sections and I had to do my Tylenol and ibuprofen at the same time, and I had to have them on schedule because that's all I took I think the Percocet obviously is a little bit stronger because it's a mix. So far so good. They gave me 8 of those. I think I'm just going to not try to stress myself. At most, what I might do is just push it, so I take it 8 hours with the ibuprofen. But I don't think I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna take it because I'm trying to be strong. No, I think I'm gonna take these meds and try to make myself as comfortable as I can, and we'll see how it goes. All right, bye. It is now Saturday. I got my teeth pulled Wednesday morning. I haven't recorded in like 2 days about this because I was spoiled. My narcotics have now run out as of yesterday, and I am in pain. So the most of the pain is the wisdom tooth that was on the bottom right side. I'm taking Motrin and Tylenol at the same time to try to control, but it hurts a lot. Like, it hurts a lot. Maybe you can see the hole back there, but I mean, this side I don't really feel at all, but all of the pain is radiating from like the bottom of my jaw on this side. I'm about to ice it again, and I took the meds like a half an hour ago. Yeah, and I still feel the pain, and I took 600 Tylenol and 1,000. I don't know, something. One is 600, one's 1,000, but it's nowhere near to the Percocet that had me on a false sense of pain-free life. This shit hurts. I'm grateful that it's only this side at the bottom, because if this pain was coming from all 4, I don't know what I'd be doing with myself right now. I'd probably be crying. And I have a very high tolerance for pain. So I thank God for that. So I feel grateful that it's one tooth or one extraction site that's really giving me the issue as far as pain. Everybody told me don't do all 4. I went and did it because I was like, you know what, might as well just get it all out the way. I feel like I still feel like I made the right decision, but I'm just thankful that I don't feel this pain in all 4. So this is we'll call Wednesday day 1. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So this is the middle of day 4. Technically, Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday, Friday. Technically the 3rd day, if we're counting like 24 hours after. So it's 3 days in, but it's technically day 4. So I'm hoping, I follow up next Wednesday, I'm hoping that this pain goes away or tapers down or something by the end of the weekend, at least by Monday. I don't know, because nope. But that's the update, y'all. Bye. Hey guys, so it is like 2 o'clock on Sunday morning. I basically don't really have pain meds in my system, and I have just taken the combination. So I've been taking this, and my doctor paperwork said I can take up to 1,000 acetaminophen and 600 ibuprofen, which is 4 of these. So that's how I take this. 4 every 6 hours, and that's the max. So also keep in mind that I'm 220 pounds, so that makes a difference. So I take 4 at a time. This bottle will tell you to take 2 at a time, but I'm assuming that's for like regular shit, but this ain't regular.
So outside of everything else, like I said, I don't really have much meds in my system right now. And again, like I said before, it's this bottom is really painful, and I'm starting to feel discomfort over here, but like barely. It's not a lot. It's like a slight discomfort, but the pain is coming all up in here. And I actually took a picture because I googled and I thought I had I can't think of the word now, but when the a dry socket, because I was in so much pain. But I took a picture and I saw that the clot was still there, so it's literally just the pain of the procedure um that I'm feeling. So I just took my meds. I'm hoping in like a half an hour or so I have some type of relief. Right now my face hurts. I don't even know how to explain it. It feels almost like my jaw is stiff, but I don't know how to describe it, y'all. Like, it definitely feels very stiff. It definitely is painful. Like, even hurts when I swallow. It hurts because this gets kind of sucked in. Um, yeah, I also have holes. So I looked it up, and it's like, holes in your sinuses. So I can't suck my teeth better, but I couldn't make the sound at all. I'm thinking because of the holes in the socket, in the sinuses. I'm going to talk to the dentist about that on Wednesday when I go for a follow-up. So I'll make a video about that and see what he says. But as of right now, I'm just trying to get through this pain. Either way, there's a hole, definitely a hole, because sometimes when I gargle the mouthwash, it feels like it's going up my nose, and then I kind of have to do like a lean back, and I can literally feel it draining back down into my mouth, which is kind of gross. But it's not the worst thing. From what I searched online, it said that it's a higher risk of infection, sinus infection, stuff like that. So I'll discuss that with the dentist as well. I don't think I'm gonna do another. Well, I'll probably do another video. Probably. This is Sunday, so maybe like Tuesday or even Wednesday morning before I go to the dentist to keep you guys an update on how I feel. Right now, I'm still in a lot of pain. And again, since I really don't have much meds in my system, I'm starting to feel pain on this side, which I wasn't feeling at all before. But the majority is definitely on this side at the bottom. All right, y'all. Hey guys, it's your girl SeekretD with an update. It is Wednesday. I know my hair looks crazy. Just let it happen, okay? It was hot as hell today. Whatever, right? This is an update on my wisdom tooth, right? So I feel like it still looks a little bit swollen, but I feel like now this looks a little bit swollen. So still look a little puffy up in here. You hear that? I can't whistle, but your girl has a hole going through my sinuses. So now, wait. All right. Y'all heard that whistle though, right? I hope when I play it back I can hear it, because I hear the whistling when I'm talking, which is bananas right now. Because obviously before, y'all wasn't hearing that, right? Y'all can hear the whistle? Because I hear it very loud. Anyway. All right. So, as you see, I am talking more regularly. I have not had pain meds in a couple of hours. Your girl had a dry socket, right? So I don't know if I mentioned it in the previous videos, but I thought I had a dry socket, but I also thought I saw a clot, so I assumed it wasn't a dry socket, but it was. So I went to the dentist this morning. He shoved some medicine up in there, and within like 10-15 minutes, nothing. Day and night. Like, saved my life, right? So I ate yesterday though because I was craving food hard body. So I had salmon, mashed potatoes, and mac and cheese. I like legit Googled what I could eat. So it was great. But because I hadn't eaten anything solid in a week, I was mad extra stuffed. So y'all know what I did today? I ordered it again. Okay? And it was good. So now that I don't have any pain here, now over here is kind of achy. Now I felt like I didn't notice the achiness down here because this shit was just. Now if you don't know what a dry socket is, it's basically when the clot either doesn't form or dissolves prematurely or comes out. And I followed all the rules, right? So I didn't use a straw, I didn't smoke, I don't smoke, I didn't, do the little sucking action, nothing. And I still developed it. So it's not for a lack of following the post surgery rules. It just kind of happened. I did read that if you're on birth control, it's higher in women that use birth control. I don't know if y'all want to risk it all and not take y'all birth control if y'all gonna get y'all teeth removed. I don't know, a dry socket versus a baby. I was still on the birth control. I mean, I'm not even having sex and I'm on birth control because we're not playing that. So anyway, that's my update. I am uncomfortable, but I'm not in pain. This is kind of achy and throbby, but not to the effect where I feel like I need meds. Now, I do have a hole in my sinuses on the top right side. Now, I read that it's common, a perforated sinus, whatever. That's what I have. If I fill my mouth with water and I lean forward, the water is just gonna come through my nose, and that's why you hear the whistling when I'm talking. The surgeon said something about a CPAP machine to help avoid sinus infections or something or another. I'll go back. When I go back on Friday, I'm going to see what he says. I really don't want to do all of that. But your girl don't want to be all fucked up all in here. So that's my update for right now. If I remember anything when I'm in the shower, I'm about to go take a shower, I'll make a video when I come out. But night and day, this feels a little tight, like you want to be doing. But overall, 1,000% better because I was miserable. And like I said, I have a high tolerance for pain, and I was taking the max of the ibuprofen and acetaminophen, and it helped for a couple hours, and then the beginning and end I was in pain, so like sometimes close to tears. So yeah, that was bad. All right, I'm gonna get in the shower. If I remember anything, I'll let y'all know. Bye. Hey y'all, it's me, SeekretD. So here's a little update on my wisdom tooth journey. It's been about 2 weeks. I'm feeling so much better. The dry socket is not really bothering me. There's still a little bit of swelling, but it's not too crazy. It hurts to the touch, like when I press right here, I can feel that it hurts. But it doesn't really hurt me on a regular day. Stop, please. On a regular day. Maybe if I like stretch my mouth open or whatever, but not too crazy. So I'm assuming that obviously it's just gonna keep getting better, but I think the worst of it is over. So honestly speaking, I don't think it was as bad as I expected it to be. I think it was probably worse than it was supposed to be because of the dry socket, and I was kind of roughing it out because people said it would be so painful, so I assumed that the dry socket was the so painful, but because I have a high tolerance for pain, it didn't register that that was like really, really bad, like not what it was supposed to be. So I feel like for me and my pain tolerance level, if I didn't have the dry socket, it really wouldn't have been a bad experience at all. Um, so I feel like the thing is just that maybe I should have paid better attention to that. Um, but I feel like by the time I had like kind of an inkling, I think it was like Friday or Saturday, I figured I'll just tough it out till Wednesday, which is what I did. Um, but it was very painful, and I probably should have went sooner than I did. So I would say anybody who does get the wisdom teeth out and have issues like that, or really, 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 really painful, they should call the dentist just to see if it's normal. Obviously, with me, it was not normal, but again, it didn't register to me that it was that painful. Um, I just thought it was part of the process because, like, again, I said I heard everyone say it's gonna be so terrible. Da, 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 da. So I can pretty much, eat anything, I guess. I'm still avoiding like rice and stuff like that can like go in the hole and get stuck because the hole's still pretty big. I doubt you're gonna see it if I open my mouth. You can kind of see that there's a hole there, but so I haven't eaten like rice or anything like that just because I don't want to be bothered if it falls in there. I'm nervous about stuff like that. Even though I probably can eat it, I just won't. I still rinse after every time I eat something. And I think that's basically it. So, was it a terrible experience? No. Very painful though, but again, that's because of the dry socket. So my only thing coming out of this would be that, pay attention, because I did get all 4 out, and I did not really feel pain in the other 3 extraction sites, but the bottom was really, really, really painful. So my mom pointed out that that's why I should have called the dentist, because if I don't feel the other 3 and this one is bothering me, then clearly that's not normal, because the other 3 are fine. So that should have been like a red flag for me, but it wasn't, because again, like I said, I have a high tolerance for pain, so I was just kind of roughing it out. So I would say to do that. And again, I didn't drink from a straw. I didn't do anything that they said not to do. I don't smoke or anything like that. So I feel like it's just one of those things that kind of just happened, and that was it. So, I don't think I need to do another video about it. Oh, I will say that you guys should really, really, really do your homework on your insurance and your coverages and what you're actually paying for. I just got my bill, and I think the total bill was like $1,500 or something like that my insurance paid out. 1,500 and change. And I went to a place before going to this place, and they actually told me that it would cost me about $4,000 out of pocket because my insurance didn't cover certain things, like being put to sleep and all of this 100%. So I actually was like, nah, I'm good, and I walked out because I happened to have this appointment scheduled, but I just didn't want to wait as long. But I ended up going here anyway. I'm really glad that I did. And when I got my bill, it said that I would probably owe like 130 something out of pocket. So I would say to just be aware of predatory practices. And on that end of it, like my insurance told me, if anything, you need to have the dentist send a pre-authorization to your insurance, or give you the codes in advance of what you'll need to get done, so you can see exactly what's covered by your insurance and what's not, and exactly what you'll have to pay out of pocket. Because I could have been duped into paying over $4,000 when I do have insurance coverage for my wisdom teeth getting extracted. And again, they didn't give me anything, so that was red flag too. Like, they didn't give me like a list of what needed to be done. They just wrote it on a paper and kind of read it out to me. And I saw that they did bill my insurance for panoramic x-ray, which it looks like I still have to come out of pocket like $85 or something like that. But yeah, so that would be something I would say to be mindful of, because again, I felt like they were very predatory, and I'm glad that I walked out of there because they were trying to make me take out like a care credit card, and I know like teeth are real serious and stuff like that. So that's something I would say, if you can get pre-authorizations, do that, or find someone that's right off of your insurance website. um, Granted, if it's emergent, then you can't really do all of that, but if it's planned in advance, I would say 100% get a pre-authorization, or at minimum get the codes from the dentist so you can contact your insurance to see what you actually have to pay out of pocket. So thankfully this place was much better. The first place, absolutely not. So I would say those two things to be wary of. Be wary of what you're paying for or what you're being asked to pay for, and also be wary of developing a dry socket, which I just I thought I saw a blood clot in there, so I assumed it wasn't a dry socket, but just turns out it was just blood, obviously. Um, so lesson learned. I don't think I need the lesson because I don't need to have my wisdom teeth pulled again. But I guess it's something for you all to be mindful of. Anybody who ends up watching this, because they're going to get them wisdom teeth removed, or anything like that. So that's just the bulk of my experience with my teeth. Again, I'm 15 days out, and I'm pretty much back to normal. Bless you. Outside of rinsing after every meal, and swishing really hard, because you don't realize how much food gets stuck into places until you have to actually like rinse and swish after every meal. And you see exactly like the little particles of food that will come out. Bless you. So I'm pretty much on the outside end of it. I do have a follow-up with the dentist August 2nd. I think because it's dry socket, they want to do another follow-up 2 weeks out. I guess if there's anything noticeable there, then I'll talk about it. Bless you. Ooh, you okay? Oh, and I did have a hole in the sinus, whereas if I was rinsing my mouth and I leaned forward, the water would come through my nose. They gave me antibiotics, so I wouldn't develop infection. But outside of that, that wasn't really uncomfortable. That was just like a little So yeah, so that's about it. But all right, I talked enough. So that's the gist of it. That's like the roundup of my wisdom teeth. So this obviously I'll post last, and that'll be that. You want to say bye since you just wanted to be on this video so bad? All right.